What's good? What's poppin'? It's your girl Irene, the motherfucking passion queen, and we are back in the Queendom, where we talk about sex, love, life, and everything in between, with a heavy focus on BDSM and the BIPOC community. What's going on? How y'all doing? Hopefully, everybody is having a good Tuesday. Happy motherfucking Tuesday! If you ain't never heard me say it before, happy Taco Titty Tequila Tuesday. If you buy a girl some tacos and tequila, if you buy a girl some tacos and tequila and tell her she pretty, she just might, maybe, possibly, with consent, show you her titties. There we go. We got it out. All right. What up, K Simone? So today we are going to be talking about some Fav enhancement products for the bedroom. So this list is comprised of some that may be my favorite, some that may be your favorite, some that may be some favorites of some people that I know. Nonetheless, we're gonna talk about them and how to incorporate them into the bedroom because a lot of times some of these things are not just cut and dry like boom, I'm gonna throw this in the mix and it's gonna be a okay. Sometimes you gotta ease some people into some stuff, okay? And tonight, helping me through this beautiful conversation is my girl, Shupe.
Hi! Sorry, girl. I'm playing with remotes.
Listen, we love remotes. Now
Love a
we
good remote.
gonna good, okay?
Love a good
We
remote.
gonna we gonna talk about a good remote tonight. It's coming up in the discussion. Okay, you hear me? Because you know I cannot have this conversation without talking about a good ass remote. All right. So and let me go ahead and say this: any and everything that I'm talking about, well, majority of it, you'll be able to purchase. I'll have links one way or another to some of this stuff. And as I go through them, I will definitely let you know where you can find them. Um, so the first thing that I want to do is let's go ahead and get into a little bit of, vocabulary for the day. You know what? I'm gonna keep it simple on myself because I can't find the one that I just found. I don't know what I clicked on my phone and it's gone. So we're gonna start off with my favorite, Pagonophile. Pagonophile is a person who loves beards, such as me, she, her. Hey, baby, love me a good. Shut up, Murray. Oh, this is about to be interesting. What up, Mr. Smell Good? What's
Hey,
going on?
Mr.
What's going?
Good.
This is about to be interesting. All right. So, um, here's the thing when it comes to enhancement products. So, for anybody who's watching for the first time, as I said, my name is Irene the Passion Queen. I have been a sexual health educator for over 14 years, and helping people find things to add to their bedroom activities is kind of what your girl does. You know what I'm saying? I also tend to test out things so that you don't have to fall down a rabbit hole of shit. So, because I like my favorite thing to say is my orgasms are a tax write off. So, me buying up a bunch of shit I can actually write off on my taxes. So it's totally fine. It's totally fine. So one of the first things that I think is important for people to understand when you're looking to add any type of enhancement product to the bedroom, uh, it's kind of good to kind of know where you want to start. And it can be extremely daunting to just try and jump into it and not really know what you're looking at, what you're looking for, which you could find someone such as myself to help walk you through the process. Sometimes, depending on the type of sex store that you go to, they may have some pretty knowledgeable folks. Sometimes you go in there and them people don't know shit. I've been in a couple of stores like that. And then I've been in some stores where baby they super knowledgeable and they're enthusiastic about their job and they gonna help walk you through the process and hold your hand. Now, with that being said, you don't have to necessarily jump off into the deep end with the whips, the chains, and the shit that electrocutes you. Like you ain't gotta jump that far off into the deep end. And to kind of start it off, I'm gonna talk about some enhancement products that a lot of people actually already use. They play around with, and that's those kind of like enhancement pills, aphrodisiacs, stuff like that. Now, my caveat to that is going to be this. I would be extremely careful with a lot of like the gas station pills and stuff like that because it be extra stuff in there that can do more harm than actually help you. Yeah, that's a fun time for the night. Because I know, like, I think if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this. Like when the honey packs were going viral, like they had some issues where people were having like heart attacks and stuff with it. So you really need to be mindful when you start delving into any type of especially man-made aphrodisiacs, things that are supposed to enhance your sex drive, make you more wetter, all these other kind of stuff. Now, with that being said, there are a lot of natural options for that. And I probably would have to do a whole nother show because that list is never ending, in my opinion. But one of the things that I just recently tried that I want to tell y'all about, I got it off the TikTok shop. If you follow me on TikTok, you know me and the TikTok shop go together real bad. So I actually got to do a video about this, but it is called Oshun's syrup, and it comes in this little glass jar, and it has organic. I'm gonna tell you right now, this sounds so weird reading what's in it because it's called snot apple, honey, and other herbs. Snot apple, just when I read it, I was like, that just sounded weird. You know what I'm saying? It just
I'm sure it has like a scientific name that don't sound like that, but
right, which I need to be looking up. I should have looked that up because snot apple, snot. Seriously, now mind you, I've taken slippery elm bark because my assumption, and I say that as I look it up.
so Friday oysters at Whole Foods.
Listen, if y'all don't know the tea about the oysters at Whole Foods on Saturday, because oysters are a natural aphrodisiac, you can get a
Nancy.
dozen. No, they're not. They're delicious. Anyway, I like them,
That's
but
fine.
they're 12 for $12 if you have Prime. Shout out to my mom's for her Prime account. I'm not paying extra for nothing. Yeah, what the scientific name is, baby? I'm not gonna bite my tongue trying to say that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it's not.
Uh, girl, that oh, it looks very interesting though. But anyway, so I will say this about this: if you like honey, or like agave and stuff like that, the taste will not bother you of it. I'm not a huge like just straight up how honey tastes. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't know why. It just ain't my vibe.
Mhm.
So you take like there's a spoon that you're supposed to get with it. I wasn't buying the spoon. I'm like I got spoons at the house. I'm not buying it. But but anyway, you're supposed to take
We
like
got
two
spoons at the house.
like for real. I got spoons at the house. I'm not. I mean, it's a cute spoon. It's all gold and shit. But you're supposed to take 2 to 3 spoonfuls, like 30 to 45 minutes before any sexual activity, right?
How big is the spoon?
It's really not that big. It doesn't even
It's
look
like
the
a dope
spoon.
spoon.
It's
My
like a
bad.
what?
My bad.
What? Okay. This is about to be crazy. Um, but sorry, I would say it's less than a teaspoon. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like the size of that spoon is less than a teaspoon.
Mm.
So I did two like half tablespoons of it, I guess you could say. And I was like, and I mean, it's thick. I'm wondering if I could put it in tea or something like that and
Yeah.
still get the same effect. Because that's what I plan to try next time. See if I mix it up in some tea and get the same effect.
Mm-hmm.
So it was not like an overbearing sensation, but baby, I I knew when it kicked in. I was like, I said, oh, okay, okay, yep.
I need to find me somebody.
You know, I
Make,
mean,
make, make one of them little phone calls.
I'm not gonna tell my business. I'm about to tell
Don't
all
tell
my
your
little
business.
business.
Don't tell your little business.
But so I wrote it out for a couple hours. By the end of the night, hey, yeah, Lord Jesus, not slipping for Vicky. Lord help the cherry. Child, by the end of the night, it was on the popping, and ooh, I am about to have to tell a little bit of my business. So,
Just a pinch.
just a pinch. Your girl is already heavily moisturized. Okay, let's say it that way.
That's
V,
one way to say it, I guess.
I'm trying to.
I
I
know
know this YouTube. I
we
know
on
this YouTube.
YouTube, but you still don't want to put all your business out there. I get it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? This was overdose. It was the sound and the. It was a lot. And I definitely felt like orgasms were intensified
Mm-hmm.
because I already feel like the world be shaking sometimes. This shit.
The world be shaking. Yeah.
Hey man, some of the motherfuckers be really intense. I don't know about y'all, but some of the motherfuckers be intense for me.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Let me tell you something. It is rare. I'm not gonna say rare. I don't always straight pass out after it. Baby,
Mm.
I pass the fuck out.
Oh, well, that's a good one then. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Head, head hit the pillow. It was over and done. Tap tap me out, bitch. I was weak. Yep, that was over. Now, granted, I had woke up a little while later. It was like I could, but I didn't.
Yeah, yeah. You could always, but
Hello.
because
Could
that's how
always.
I be. I be like, I could, but I'm a cheater.
All right, I be like, I be trying not to do too much. You
Cause
know
I
what I
know
mean?
if we run this back, then we need to change these sheets, and I don't really feel like doing that.
Listen,
I don't really feel
you
like
hear
doing it.
me? So I would definitely suggest this for anybody who feels like if you want to play with just having a extra sensation and like more intense orgasms, definitely cool. I didn't feel any weird side effects from it, which was the biggest thing that I was concerned about, which is why I stay away from like the pills and stuff like that. I just don't deal with those because I've heard too many like side effect stories from them.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people who have great experiences with them. Don't get me wrong. It's just that's not my forte. Uh, and also, if you're somebody who's possibly dealing with low libido, I think this would work very, very well as well. And granted, it looks like a small amount because the bottle is not big, but considering the how small of amounts you have to take, I feel like this would last a pretty decent amount of time.
Right, right.
And this is about 40. I mean, this container itself is about $40, which is actually
Mm,
for what it is not really out of the realm of
right.
reasonable.
For the dosage, you're gonna get a lot out of that $40.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have a little bit more fun with that one. I ain't even gonna hold
Okay. Okay.
you. It was a good ass time.
We love to see it. We love to see it.
Right. So mm, this other one, I made a video on TikTok about. You screamed at me about my video that I made about this particular product. And
I
it's the
screamed
Flint
at you a
Mist.
lot.
This
Oh
is
yeah,
fair. Well, first off, after what you sent me earlier today, can't nobody say nothing to me.
that's true. That's true. Cause I didn't know what was going on at first.
Child, I
I
had
was
to let the
like,
thing run a couple of times.
till I heard that. I said, what?
Somebody was choking on that thing. You hear
I
me?
said you are gonna vomit. I don't
Sounds
like
like
that.
it. So these are Flint mints, and they come in different flavors and different um, strengths or intensities. So basically, what they do is they make your mouth water and make your mouth water. They do. Now, granted, when they were created, they were made to help people who have dry mouth, smokers, stuff like that. If you like to do other things with your mouth where a lot of saliva would be beneficiary, once again, you can get these on TikTok shop. If you go to my page, they in my little showcase. Cause baby, when I tell you, I swear by. I've been fucking with these motherfuckers for over a year. I've been fucking with them for over a year. You hear me?
Mhm.
Now, this one is cinnamon ginger and it's 300 strength. This is the strongest one that they have. Yeah, I think this is currently the strongest. The three, baby, and one of them, you
Let
won't
me
be drooling. Like
see.
you're not gonna be able to
I
keep it in your
already.
mouth.
By the time I get that, never mind.
You can say,
Never mind.
listen, we gotta be honest with the
I
people.
know. My thing is, by the time I get down there, I'm drooling anyway, so I don't need
Listen,
it.
fair point because
But situations do occur. You know,
listen,
cotton mouth. You know, a little dehydrated that day, even though I don't
right,
suggest you be dehydrated.
which
Uh,
is horrible. No, don't be dehydrated.
especially not
But
fucking.
if y'all didn't had a little fun beforehand, you might have had your little elevation
Yeah,
assistance. You
yeah.
know,
You might need a little. Uh,
right. If all you need is a little oomph, then you can fuck with the 100 level. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
No.
If
Get
you
things
you
percolating there.
right, and then some people for depending on what type of medications you may be
Right.
on,
Yeah.
dry mouth may be a thing.
Right.
I ain't gonna hold you, even because sometimes I still get nervous performing, and I feel like my mouth is getting dry. I'll do like the 100 strength. So I typically keep the 100s like in my purse or whatever. Then they have like 175. I think they also have like 200, 250. So they have different levels,
Mm-hmm.
and you can take one. I think the suggested thing is 1 to 3 of them. Um,
Jesus
I'm gonna
Christ.
tell you right now, one of the 300s is all you need. Don't you take no three.
Mm-mm.
Don't you,
Mouth like a
babe?
faucet. I'm good.
Okay. And granted, it's not something that lasts a super duper long time. So, luckily, it's not like an hour later your mouth still gonna be just rolling. So, that's the good thing. But it lasts long enough to get the job done.
Depending on how long that job takes you. But that's a you thing.
It is a me thing because I get lost in the sauce and
Not
I
you
will.
personally. I just know
Sorry, my bad.
this bitch.
Sorry.
Not you personally. Just saying that's a part that's subjective.
It is, but it is
But
very much subjective.
that's a good way to like discreetly like pop one in and you know
Right. And you have a little fun with it. You know
right
what I'm
and have a
saying?
little fun with it. That's it's all about fun now.
Fun and experimentation. And so these are very soft, I'll say soft things that if added to your bedroom routine are very easy to introduce.
Right.
Now,
Pretty
it,
inconsequential.
right, like you probably won't get a whole lot of pushback with stuff like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, like with Oshun syrup, it is unisex. Both men and women can use it. Um, Same thing with the mint. Like these are not like gender specific items. So they are a great way just to add a little something extra without making anyone feel inadequate. Because one of the biggest things that I've noticed over the years is that when a conversation like this comes about, typically it makes someone feel inadequate in the situation. And one of the biggest You crazy as hell. You put three of the 300
That sounds like a drowning waiting to happen.
close to it. Sounds like right. I mean,
Well, you got it.
you got a big dog.
You got it, big dog.
But so now as we move into some more things, some of these things may take a little bit more finessing. I don't want to say that because I don't want it to sound
No
like
finesse nobody, but they may take a
right.
little bit more.
A little bit more communication, a little bit more
Right.
conversation, a few more rules and stipulations to put into the situation. So something like rope or
Girl,
handcuffs
I
or
have my rope, but it's on the bookshelf.
that's I mean decorative.
It
You know.
is. It's pretty, and it's over there
It
with the book. With the book that I
I
used to study with. So
heard. I still need to give me one. I still need to order that book. But adding some type of some level of bondage is a great way to also enhance your bedroom activities. Taking away one of the senses, like the will or the option for someone to reach out and touch you, it heightens everything else. Just like if you add a blindfold, if you put like headphones on them so they can't really hear what's going on, you play around with other senses while that one or more those other senses are being restricted, baby, you can turn this into a whole nother situation. And if you have never seen the art of shibari, which is the Japanese art of rope art, rope tying, not only is it very beautiful, but it can also be very calming for the person and very sensual for the person who is being tied up as well as for the person who's doing the tying. Those technical terms, the person who is being tied up is called a rope bunny, and the person who does the tying is called a rigger. All right, don't y'all get on here acting crazy. That's R. Okay,
rigor,
rigger.
like rigorous.
Right. And if you look up shibari, you'll notice that there are different intricate designs and knots, and you can use it in suspension and like just all different types of ways to, I don't know, just have a little fun with your partner. It can be a very interesting time learning to do this together.
I love shibari. Shibari is a lot of. It's interesting. It's if you are going to take an interest in shibari, because I've just started to learn more about shibari.
Hmm.
Definitely get a book, take a class because it can be very dangerous.
It can be. You
Um,
want to make sure
and
you always have scissors around.
right, always make sure you have scissors. Always make sure that nothing too tight. We're not cutting off circulation, and you have to know like where is a safe place to tie something. It's a bit of learning about anatomy. So we're not cutting off any circulation, and because shibari, I will say shibari is not the most comfortable
No.
thing. It's not, but it's not supposed to be. But it's also not meant to be like life-threateningly painful, but it
Right.
is a lot of fun. But uh, people should be, that's one of those things, don't just go in blind.
Yeah, no. You
Yeah.
definitely should go in blind. So one of the best suggestions, like Chibi said, is to take a class. If you're wondering how do you find a class, typically if you can Google and find a BDSM dungeon in your area, they teach courses. They have classes specifically for this. If you can't find one, because sometimes it may be a little difficult to find one because of how they probably have their name worded or whatever the case would be, going to social media sites such as FetLife and setting up an account, which it can, you don't have to put your face up there. You can put something else up there so that you're not easily recognizable if you're a little concerned about that. But typically, anybody who's on that site, baby, I promise you, they're not running around trying to tell your business because they, respect consent and anonymity and like all of that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But if you go on a site such as FetLife, you definitely will be able to find what they call munches, which are basically just group meetings about different topics. And they'll tell you like what the meeting is about, or they'll tell you where you can find like rope tying classes or shibari classes. If anybody has seen which video was it? Megan Thee Stallion's his was it his? Because she was in shibari and I think it was his because she had all the red rope on her. I was like, come on, introducing shibari to the world. What to
Not
this
but
side, right? You know
the,
what I'm
well,
saying?
to a different side, yeah.
To a different side, because
There are
once again,
also online classes. There's an account that I follow on Instagram, and like their whole thing is they do online classes, like videos, but YouTube University got a ton of
mhm,
information, and it's good information. And TikTok, like there are people who are teaching you like how to tie knots. They're going over safety. There's a
right,
lot of information out there that is just not something you ever want to go in blind about because it's pretty and it's fun, but like a lot of things, it can get really dangerous really fast.
really quickly. So you know what? I need to do that. I plan to eventually create a section on my website that will have links to a lot of things that will be great informational um, resources for such as if you are looking for some YouTube pages that show some great, entry level shibari techniques and things like that. I plan to put all of that stuff on my website, and eventually actually building out a whole nother website specifically for this kind of information. Well, I didn't say it out loud, so I guess at some point I got to stop procrastinating and doing it now.
Oh, look at
You
that.
know what I mean? It's crazy.
Mm.
um, Another thing that I want to talk about, I didn't bring an example of this, but lingerie or costumes are another great way to kind of enhance things in the bedroom. Role playing can be really, really fun between you and your partner. Now, as you start getting into these things, like I said, with doing any type of bondage, role playing, all of these type of things, everything moving forward definitely involves a little bit more deeper conversation with your partner. One, because you want to make sure that they're comfortable with these things that you're trying to incorporate into the bedroom. Two, you want to make sure that you all have your rules set in place. You have your safe words set in place, your do's and don'ts, what you're comfortable with, what hard limits you have, and what yellow limits you may have. Yellow limits are basically just things that's like, I'm not 100% sure about it, but I'm willing to try it, and if I don't like it, I'll let you know, type situation. And then of course you got your greens, and that's like, baby, I'm good to go. You ain't even gotta ask. Just tell me where to be, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So please keep that in mind. And if you need more assistance in how to start that conversation, please shoot me an email. All my information is of course down in the description. I'm more than happy to help you walk through the process of starting this conversation with your partner. All right. But yeah, so like things like lingerie, which lingerie, a lot of people think lingerie is specifically for your partner, but lingerie also can be for you, and that's for anybody, however you identify. Because if you feel sexy, then that comes across, and I guarantee you, your partner gonna be like, "I see you. I like this. You know what I'm saying? Let's play around with this a little bit more." So once you get past the viewpoint of looking at lingerie as something for your partner, but it can also be something to help increase your confidence, make you feel good about yourself. I am a big, huge proponent of specifically women or anybody in really, but women taking boudoir pictures. Whether you do them yourselves, there's a lot of information out there about how to take these pictures yourselves, posing so that you get the angles you want. You get to, hide whatever you want to hide and show off whatever you want to show off. Um, these pictures and photos, baby, can be a nice little, boost to the confidence. And you ain't got to share them with nobody. You can share them with your partner. If you don't have a partner, keep it to yourself. Share them with your homegirl. Listen,
Yep,
I've
I
seen,
was sure finna say.
because baby. I am. Let me tell you something. If you need somebody to boost you, to be your cheerleader, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you every single time because I know this one over here gets sick and tired of me. She'll call me and all she did was her makeup for the day, and I'm screaming in the goddamn phone.
Yeah.
I just don't.
So we's girls around here.
Big girls around here. Okay, you hear me? I'm gonna
But
boost
I
you
don't
up
also
every time.
got like I've gotten several. I'm that friend. Like, oh, how does this look? And I'm like,
Uh
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
you froze
Yeah.
up for a second.
Ooh, sorry. Yeah, I've gotten a many a photo. So if you ain't got nobody to send them to,
Listen, we. I'm just saying, I will boost you up, and I'll be
I
like, okay,
push
maybe you
baby.
need to, redo it, but like do this.
You little
'Cause
ashy at the elbow, sis. You
right, I'm
take
there
that
to
after you oil up.
right, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm looking at everything.
Look,
I'm looking at if you got something in the background that's distracting. I'm looking at if you ashy, you
I'm
oiled up,
looking.
you look crazy,
Like,
baby. I'm
sis,
gonna
is that
say,
a tampon string? No, ma'am. Take that again.
is that a straight hair right there, girl? If you don't get that shit, I'm that person. Because I'm gonna analyze the whole goddamn video. I'm gonna just let you know that right now.
Absolutely.
So, but another thing to add to the bedroom, which a lot of people actually do, they just don't realize that they do it, and it has a name, and it's impact play. So things such as spanking or using paddles, whips, floggers, my personal favorite. Um,
Floggers.
listen, child,
I go to Irene's house and I be with a flogger at.
I almost put my goddamn fan down.
I did almost tore that fan down.
Listen. But
Missed my
uh,
target.
you did.
She had been running down the hallway.
Fair point. Fair, you're not gonna.
You not finna.
Mhm. So once again, make sure you get consent first, so the person don't go taking off down the hallway.
True. This is true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I did not get consent that day.
No, no. It was very much, hey, come here real quick. I want to show you something. And my even standing at the door, like trying to be trying to be the boss.
she, she know me too well to fall for that shit.
She was like,
She
mm.
said, no ma'am.
And she's like, why are you standing right there? I'm just here. What you mean? Whoo, child, my friends, I love it. But impact play is something that you really can do. Now, here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize: there are some proper techniques when it comes to impact play, to not only avoid hurting your partner but also hurting yourself if you are the one providing the impact versus receiving. Then also there's, you need to be properly ready to receive said impact, because if you start running all across the room, you can hurt yourself and or your partner. Once again, YouTube University. I'm gonna tell you right now, a great person to follow, and he's been on the show before. When it comes to impact play and spanking and things like that, is Daddy Health. If you could, I don't think he's on Instagram anymore. I know he's still on X. Um, so if you can find him on X, or if hmm,
Never mind.
if you can find him on X, like I said, I know he's on X, and I want to say is something something Daddy Health. But if you search Daddy Health, I'm pretty sure you'll find it. So that's DADDY HEFF. You'll find it, and he is like he does a lot of courses and classes on spanking and impact play in particular. He gives some great advice and information about whether you're using a paddle, a flogger, your hand, whatever, baby. Look, I met him a couple of years ago at Exotica, and when I say he had a plethora of options, to choose from, I was like, hey, I just let me get these flowers right here. It was an interesting time. It was an interesting time. You hear me? But so now I will say this. So as you all see, I have a pretty sizey flogger. I have two of these. There are some smaller ones that don't have as much of an impact. So you can play around with different levels of this. The smaller ones tend to do a little bit more tickling than actual thuds. This bad boy, this thing thuds. It holds some weight and it has an impact, but it is so calming. And I don't know how to explain the feeling of it. Like I ain't gonna hold y'all. If you see me on live, like especially late at night, and if you see this anywhere, I promise you, you will hear it because it's almost like like I'm stimming. It's it's a soothing mechanism because it does just that, huh?
It's stimming with the flogger, child.
I'm just saying that's kind of what it
I
feels like I
know.
be
I've been
doing.
on FaceTime with you.
This is fair. You see me do it. Whew. Child. Anyway, I'm trying to decide which place I want to go to next.
You dance around the obvious one,
Which
which
one?
is like the toys and things.
Well, yeah, it's the toys, but I'm trying to figure out what area of the toys I want to go to
Oh, okay, gotcha.
because I got three different examples specifically right here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know what? I'm gonna start off with the most common one, which is a clitoral toy. Now, I understand that when you want to introduce toys into the bedroom, depending on the thought process, majority of the time of the male partner, they can feel as if they are being replaced. Toys are never a replacement.
A
Um,
teammate.
they teammates. Romy Rome, what's popping? They are teammates. They are never replacements. You hear me? Um, Baby, they can help you out. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that on average, it takes a woman anywhere from 13 to like 20 minutes to get fully aroused. If she is not fully aroused and you go straight into penetration, you trying to figure out why she ain't came yet and you on your last leg about to die. You wonder why? Because you didn't take the time. You did like 5 minutes worth of licking and twisted her nipples twice, like it was like you thought this was a goddamn game combination or something, and that was going to unlock the treasure dock. And it's not. You too much, too much.
No, it's fine. It
Oh,
made the
okay.
point. It made the
That's
point.
just it. You know,
Yeah, but
but
I got you. I got you. I got
it
you. You know
makes
I'm
a
a.
difference.
It does, girl. You know I'm a toy girl. Like
Listen.
the can't see,
Mm-hmm.
but th-
The
there
mm-hmm.
is a
Mm-hmm.
whole. You know I get
Treasure trove,
whole
baby.
treasure trove.
Baby, I got a treasure trove for real, for real.
And a lot of people, a lot of women who uh maybe have not orgasm
Mm-hmm.
or don't have like amazing orgasms, probably because they do need clitoral stimulation and you're skipping it.
Right. Because about 70 to 75% of women need clitoral stimulation to actually have achieve orgasm.
Jeez.
Yeah, majority of women do
Y'all in there
not.
pounding and it's just like, okay, well,
Right. Like this good. I'm not saying it feel bad,
right,
but
it feel good, but it could feel better.
right. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine this: if you give her the proper amount of clitoral stimulation, and then you go, she's the day about 2, 3 orgasms. She up in that motherfucker super sensitive, and now you just in that thing stroking it. Baby, all them nerve endings are fully alive and on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, everything is about to be on level 10.
Yeah.
And that way, by the time you actually have your orgasm, as you know, as the penetrator, She'd have probably had another two, three because you got her properly primed and warmed up.
Right.
And if you use something like a clitoral stimulator, one of the most popular ones to use right now is like a rose that has it's a suction filling, but what it's actually called is like an air pressure. It's actually air pressure. So it does these little bursts of air pressure. And because it the hole wraps around the clitoris, it starts to create like a suction effect. And that's a whole lot of stimulation for all 8,000 plus nerve endings that's in the clitoris because clitoris ain't got no other purpose than pleasure. So, you know what I'm saying? So imagine adding something like this, even if you add this while penetrating your partner.
It's the best.
Baby, the moon, the stars, Pluto, atmosphere,
You want
gone.
to talk about Shattered? Shattered? You need that PS5, friend?
Oh,
Reach in that door.
okay, you want the rims on that car? Oh, okay.
Sam.
You need that new game controller, whatever the fuck.
Trying to go out with your friends this weekend?
Put that bitch in a coma. So you're gonna be like, all right, bye. Love you, mean it. See you when you get
Love you,
back.
mean it. Hey, let me know when
Okay.
you get there.
Right. Just let me know when you make it. Let me know you make it safely.
You
Because
get the
she damn
baddie.
sure she
You
don't
get
she
the
don't want you to fuck up while you out there. She don't want you to get fucked up. Because
first
baby, you
round
got
gonna be.
okay, because you gotta come back home and do that again. You gotta come back and do that again. You okay? You want me to call you an Uber? Okay. I got
You gonna be
child.
home when?
Right. She gonna be ready, waiting at the door.
It's gonna be on your ass.
Child. All right. I'm just saying. Now, speaking of clitoral stimulation, another great way to incorporate toys, there are couples toys. So these are toys that you can use along with your partner. So think in the realm of C rings, any type of item that she can wear, he can wear, type situation while y'all are actually doing the do. And this is one of them. This is called Twilight Mood, and yes, it looks like a spoon, but it is not a spoon. So this part would be inserted vaginally, and then it actually folds into like this C shape or U shape, depending on how you look at it. And this part will sit on the clitoris. This will sit on the G spot, and it still leaves room for your male partner to go in afterwards. Mm. And baby, when child, this is also it has 10 different functions on it. So three vibrating speeds and seven pulsing patterns, baby. When I tell you,
Vino, Vino.
sorry, sorry. Hey, Vino. I'm happy to say something because I was off in the yep.
You did. I was gonna let you. I was gonna let you. You won't go get too far, but I was gonna let you. I was gonna let you walk down memory lane.
I, I appreciate it. I appreciate it because child, let me just say y'all, so much fun. Now, if you are interested in this particular product, I do sell this on my Pure Romance website. If you go to my link tree, scroll down to Pure Romance, you can go find it. This particular product is called Twilight Moon. I'm sorry, Twilight Mood. But baby, when I tell you, and if rechargeable is the way to go, easy to clean, but so many sensations. Imagine the fullness of your partner along with the vibration on the G spot and the clitoris. Thank me later. Thank me later. Because when I tell you, and this thing got some power to it, baby. Hmm, 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 hmm. Whew. Our glory be to God. Okay. Let me tell y'all something. I love my business so fucking much. Y'all have no clue. Oh, I love my business so goddamn much. Oh my god. All right. So the last thing that I want to talk about now, these particular products, um, is a category of products that like majority of people now. are doing long distance relationships, situationships, whatever the case may be, baby, remote toys are a fucking game changer,
Big
right?
danger.
Okay, great investment pieces. You hear me? Great investment pieces. There are different types of remote toys. There are remote toys that are close proximity, which means, baby, at most you're probably talking about 80 feet away. In order to, baby, all the links are in the description box. Okay, all links are in the description box. Uh, so you have those ones that are specifically close proximity, which typically will be the actual toy that needs to be utilized or worn, and then it'll have a remote to it. Right. So those can only be used within close proximity. Y'all need to be within like I said, like I think 80 feet is the max that I've seen
Hmm.
of each other to be able to utilize it. Now those are amazing. Now, if you fuck around and mess around and be in a room with somebody else who got that same exact product, the wires can cross. That's the only caveat about those particular products. Then you have other products such as this. This is called, I think this is the Lola, something like that. Um, why can't I remember the name of it? I don't know. I'll probably look it up in a second. But this particular product is from Lovents. Once again, if you scroll in my link tree, there's a link for that too. Oh, baby, come on. That bad boy has an app to go with it, which means the toy can be in one location and the person using the app can be all the way across the world.
My favorite. I love it.
So,
They're my
listen,
favorite.
absolute favorite. Because now, and then if you are someone who likes a person with a penis, this particular toy actually syncs with the male toy that they have. And how they're stroking with the male toy, you'll feel it through this toy.
I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm. Girl, life. You hear me? Absolutely beautiful. You see, and so think about. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm gonna be telling too much of my business. Um, I had to think about it before it came out of my mouth. No. Um, but it really like heightens things. But using any type of remote control toy with your partner, if y'all go out to dinner, y'all could turn it into a game. You know, if the server says you're welcome, every time the server says you're welcome, you give somebody a nice little buzz.
We love a good buzz. We love a good
You
buzz,
love
child.
a good buzz.
We love a good
You know
buzz.
what I'm saying? It turns into
Oh,
a very fun thing. You can be putting on shows on across cameras and other devices and things. And
voice notes. Just the notes.
we love a good voice note. Okay, love a good voice note.
Love a good voice.
In this particular app, you can even sync these to music. There's a game mode on it
Mm-hmm.
where you can sync it to some games and stuff like that. So if you got a gamer, I'm just
I'm a gamer.
saying. It could be a lot of fun. Okay,
Lots
okay.
of fun. Lots of fun.
Lots and lots of fun. And there are different ones. There's another one, child, I can't think of the name of none of these products, which is absolutely crazy because I got a few of them.
So,
Um,
I forgot which
hmm.
ones. I forgot what the names of the ones that I have are.
Okay, so there's Lush. Lush is actually shaped similar to how this is when I closed it.
That's the
So
one.
is the
I have that one.
so that one that's the U-shaped one. And baby, once, especially if you've been doing it, matter of fact, it helps you with your kegels because you're gonna squeeze to make sure that thing stay in there.
Yep.
You know. So you put that bad boy in. There is a little part that sits on the clitoris, and then it's a little bulbous at the other end, so it kind of fills you up, and it's gonna hit that G spot. Child, glory be to God. The male masturbator is called Max. They even have anal plugs called Hush. Now I will tell you this: they have three different sizes of this anal plug. Don't go up in there being adventurous. Think you finna get the second or the third one, baby. You better start your ass off at the first one, because baby, that thing is thick. And the one thing I will say about this particular the anal toy is that it is not very giving. It is pretty sturdy, which is fine. You don't want anything super giving. You want something that's going to be sturdy and be able to hold a shape so it doesn't, like, go somewhere it ain't supposed to go. But start off small. Start off small. I will say that. And then let's see. Nora, girl, I was calling this everything but the right thing. So this is Nora. But they have about 20 different things. They even have a sex machine if you want to, that thing ain't cheap. It's like $700. But baby, if you down with go for it. Cause oh, they actually have two now. They have a mini version.
I haven't seen that one.
Baby, I get okay, here we go. So the mini version is only $400.
Only.
I say that, granted, it's in comparison to 700.
I mean, it's better, but like on the spectrum of what?
I mean, they're investment pieces.
Oh, okay.
I feel like they're investment
I
pieces.
know you do. Because them hoes is tax deductible for you.
Okay. Uh, but also, above all else, anytime you introduce any of these products, specifically the toys, into the bedroom, you also want to make sure you use lube. I don't care how rich you get, lube is always going to be your best friend. You also want to make sure that you're using a toy cleanser. If
Please.
I hit, if I hear y'all out there using antibacterial soap on these goddamn toys and putting them up your goddamn cooch, I swear to God, I'll slap you myself. Okay, okay. And it is for good reason. There are toy cleansers specifically because they don't leave a residue.
Right.
They kill the bacteria. I'm just saying, it ain't like you ain't bust out $400 before. Think about. I guarantee you, there is something you can say you just spent $400 in total over a month. Okay, all right, and
The
I guarantee
perfume budget.
right. And let's say if you did not buy perfume for a whole month and stack that bread to the side,
I was
I'm just saying.
I could buy a couple of things
Fair.
before I
I mean, yes, I could
like
understand.
I told cause a friend of
Mm,
mine said he wanted to
mm.
buy me one, and I was like, I'll never date again, so let's not do that.
You know, for some people, that would be the case.
Not me, not for real. I need the intimacy, but
Yeah, the human contact, like, don't get me
yeah,
wrong. Toys are absolutely fun and fine by yourself. They're even better with a partner.
100%.
But because you don't have that human connection, you don't feel that warm body next to you, it cannot replace a machine. It can't replace, just being able to receive just penetration from a toy or just clitoral stimulation from a toy. It just ain't gonna work that way.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody who felt like if they introduce toys into their bedroom, that A, that means something is wrong, B, that your partner wants to replace you, let me put your mind at ease. You can't be replaced, baby.
No,
Now, if you already ain't doing your job and then you are
that's
not
different.
willing, right, and you're not willing to learn how to do your job properly with your partner, then sure, it
Then
will replace.
you be concerned.
Right, you be concerned because then you can be replaced. It may only be for by a toy for a short period of time, but then you're gonna fuck around and get replaced by somebody else. Just saying. Learn to be open to suggestions. Also, learn how to properly communicate your wants and desires without belittling your partner, screaming at them, and making them feel less of a person.
Right.
All right, I think we touched on quite a bit.
Quite bad.
Um, if y'all got any questions, y'all know y'all can feel free to hit me up. But because I know what Choopy gonna say, that's why I started talking. But Choopy gonna tell the people where they can find you.
You can't. No, you can. Well, you can find me on TikTok. I think that's Instagram. Instagram is Choopy. I think it's actually that on TikTok too. I'm not
I
sure.
think it is. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure it
remember.
is.
I don't know because I don't plug my handle.
She does not.
Oh,
But I guarantee if you find me live, you might find her in the comments
I'll
somewhere.
be there, girl.
And keep in mind, she one of my shooters, so act
Keep it
accordingly.
cute. Keep it cute.
You know what I'm saying? Because she will get your ass up out of there. But of course, y'all can find me across all social media platforms. Irene the Passion Queen. I say all, but baby, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Don't I ain't nowhere else. That's all I ain't. I do. I got a couple of pages somewhere else, but baby, I don't even be doing shit
She
on them
got
stuff.
LinkedIn.
Not associated with this.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
not. Yeah, it's
That's
not associated with this though.
that's your
Um,
business LinkedIn.
right. That's it. You know, that's for the job.
That's that corporate thugging.
The corporate hugging over there. But also I do have a Patreon. I plan to start uploading videos to Patreon very soon. And a lot of the content that's going to be on Patreon is going to be me talking about a lot of things like these products here. Um, and giving you a lot more probably in-depth honest review about some of the products that I've tried, and stuff like that. So I will be reviewing products. If you got products that you would like to know more about, now some of this shit I'm gonna tell y'all off the bat, I'm not, don't nobody send me the goddamn polar bear talking about, so what you think about this shit. I'm not trying this shit. I'm not gonna go down the road of the, I'm not gonna say all the stuff. If you've seen the polar bear, you know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I did. You know what? I want somebody to try the vajankle. You didn't see that I put in the
I
group chat?
did. I did. I
Oh,
talk about it. No.
I'm gonna
Don't
tell
want
y'all
to
like.
try that vajankle.
Let me tell y'all something. If you feel like googling and you want to see something that is absolutely
No,
wild,
don't.
I don't listen. I don't shame nobody's kink fetishes or nothing like that. I don't get nobody's young.
Never.
But this is a male masturbator for someone who has a foot fetish. And I don't think your brain can even fathom what this thing looks like. Because when I
Just
saw it,
like how it was constructed. Like I just feel like you put it in the wrong place.
right, that's the part that kind of threw me off too. I ain't gonna hold you. That's why I had to send it to the group chat because somebody else had to see this shit other than me. It just so happened it had to go to the group chat. Such is life. Um, feel free. And if you decide to cuss me out over on one of my social media accounts after the fact, I'll take that because I did tell you to go look that up. Uh, but hey, also do it at your own risk. But yeah, so my Patreon is linked in my link tree. I also have a Discord where eventually we'll start having a lot of these conversations over on Discord. So if you would like to sign up to my Discord, please feel free to do so. Drop questions, comments, anything that you would like to say over there. It is a free space. Don't come over there with no stupidness because you'll get kicked the fuck up out of there too. Make sure y'all check out my website, The Queendoms, to get your copies of Vacation, The Purple Dungeon, and The Sexual Awakening Journal. Make sure you go to all your favorite streaming platforms, download, purchase, and download, please and thank you, worshiper. Because baby, if y'all want me to put out more, I need y'all to buy this shit. Because it is not a cheap process. Okay, okay. All right. Thank y'all for coming to my TED Talk. I'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.